Good evening. It is 7:02 p.m. This is the Northern Kane Educational Corp annual board meeting, and I am calling the meeting to order.
Chairman Escalco,
Yes.
Vice Chair Casaro,
Yes.
Director Miller,
Present.
Director Fessler,
Present.
Director Burke,
Present.
Mr. Razor,
Present.
Ms. Keating,
Present.
quorum is present.
Thank you. At this time, I'd like to recognize our guests, Miss Amy Girardi, Miss Alicia Parker, Miss Katie Wachowski, Mr. Dan Tobin, Miss Sarah Kroom, Miss Sabine Coulter, as well as Miss Tola McKinday. Thank you. At this time, I'd like to recognize our track and field team. Our family, friends, and everyone joining in recognizing their outstanding achievement. I'm speaking on behalf of NKEC when I say that we are incredibly proud of this year's track and field team. Representing CLCS at any level is, but doing so at state, I'll repeat that, doing so at state is an exceptional accomplishment. You have set a fantastic example for future students, and your dedication inspires each and every one of us. So on behalf of the entire CLCS community, thank you. Thank you for your commitment, excellent, as well as congratulations on a season that will be remembered proud. At this time, I'd like to turn it over to Ms. Katie Wachowski to introduce the students and present our certificate. Thank you. Standing down, go. Item.
Wait, one more. Go ahead.
Oh, good.
All right, then let's spread that to crowds.
Thank you for inspiring us all to do the extra mile. Excellent, excellent work. At this time, I would like to turn it over to Ms. Shelley Nackey for the D300 report. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We would just like to congratulate the charter school on completing another amazing school year. So congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. At this time, we move to item number 3.1, which is the motion to approve the agenda.
So moved.
Second. I have an amendment, which is that the agenda should state annual board meeting versus regular board meeting.
And item number 11, which is closed session, will not take place.
So do we need a motion to approve as amended?
We need a motion to approve as amended.
So moved.
Second.
Director Burke,
Yes.
Vice Chair Casaro,
Yes.
Director Miller,
Yes.
Director Fessler, Chair Maniscalco.
Yes,
Motion carries.
thank you. Motion to approve remote participation as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Director Burke,
Yes.
Vice Chair Casaro,
Yes.
Director Miller,
Yes.
Director Fessler,
Yes.
Chair Maniscalco.
Yes,
Motion carries.
we're now moving into open session, which is item number 4, and moving on to comments from the audience. Any comments from the audience, Secretary?
None at this time.
Thank you. That moves us to item number 6. 6.1 is staff recognition.
On behalf of the Board of Directors and the entire school community, we want to extend our deepest appreciation to our staff members celebrating 5 years of dedicated service. Reaching this milestone is a testament. It's a testament to your enduring commitment, passion, and the profound impact you made on life of others. 5 years of service is more than an achievement. It represents 5 years of consistency, professional growth, and your commitment to education and our mission. Thank you for your continued dedication and your tireless hard work, and for being an integral part of the school's growth. We are all incredibly grateful for everything you do, and we look forward to many, many, many years of shared success. First person is Mrs. Lydia Hillis for our upper school STEAM teacher. Next, we'd like to recognize Ms. Amy Willard, our upper school social studies teacher. Next, we'd like to recognize Mr. Bert Milan. Specifically, Mrs. Shannon O'Donnell, who is our learning behavior specialist and student services, as well as Ms. Laura Mitchell, who is our kindergarten teacher. Volunteer. Volunteers are an essential part of our school community, and they give generously. They give their time, they give their talents, they give their energy, and they support our students, our staff, our families, all in very meaningful and personal ways. Each year, we recognize the individuals whose extraordinary dedication and service have made a lasting impact. It is our privilege to honor this year's volunteers of the year, and we want to celebrate their commitment, their generosity, as well as the countless contributions to our school. At this time, I'd like to honor the following parents as volunteer of the year. Karen Weston. Gómez Contreras. Westerman has consistently managed our library for the past 4 years. She ensures that our students have access to engaging books each week. She also plays a vital role in training new volunteers, as well as helping maintain a welcoming and organized library. Parent volunteers play an invaluable role in the school library. They help to ensure that parents have the resources as well as the encouragement needed. The encouragement is needed to become lifelong readers and learners. The time and dedication of parent volunteers contribute significantly to the success of the library and the educational experience of all students. Thank you, Karen, for your years of dedicated service to both the school and the community. Gomez Contreras, as well as Miguel Contreras. For the past 2 years, Mr. and Mrs. Contreras have provided dedicated support through lunch supervision. Between the two of them, they ensure consistent coverage with one of them present each day. Their commitment is especially noteworthy as they leave work during their lunch breaks to volunteer at the school before returning to their jobs. Their reliability and generosity of time have been valuable contributions to our school community. Lunchtime volunteers play an important role in maintaining safe, positive, and well-supervised environment for us. Each of the students has lunch as one of the busiest parts of the school day. Their presence helps support student well-being. It encourages positive social interaction, and it also allows our staff to focus on instructional responsibilities. Thank you once again.
With that, our item number 6.3, before I continue there, you are welcome to stay. I encourage you to stay. You are also welcome to do what you love to do on a beautiful June evening.
Thank you.
Moving to item 6.3. 6.3 is our CEO contract. I need a motion to approve the CEO contract as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Director Burke,
Yes.
Vice Chair Casaro,
Yes.
Director Miller,
Yes.
Director Fessler,
Yes.
Chair Maniscalco.
Yes,
The motion carries.
thank you.
Thank you.
Item number 7 is our CEO report.
Good evening, board. Tonight I have some, I think, excellent news as far as where we started and where we ended with our enrollment. So as you can see from the report, we ended at where we were in May at 707, which is up from the previous year. And already with registration, we have surpassed that for the next year. So as of the when the report was pulled, we were at 714 students registered. So 677 in the charter school, K-8 seated, and then 37 in TCLA in the academy blended, with our preschool enrollment at 64. I think as of today, we are actually over 725 in the charter school and TCLA combined. So we have already surpassed our enrollment goal of 720. We budgeted for 700. So we are going to be in very good shape. Are there any questions over the enrollment or the registration summary? Okay. I will turn it over to Mrs. Keating for our finance report.
Good evening, everyone. Today we're reporting at the 10 months ending April 30th of this year. Year-to-date revenue is at 9.7 million, which is 413,000 above the budget, which is 4% higher than what we budgeted for. The total operating expenses is 8.4 million, which is 751,000 below the budget. That's 8%. So overall, the resulting is a spend down of only $406,000, which is significantly favorable from what we originally budgeted, which was 1.2 million spend down. We're doing excellent. To highlight, overall revenue to date remains favorable and continues to trend in above budget, above the budget expectations. Charter school tuition exceeds the budget by 232,000. Our lunch program continues to exceed the expectations. Interest income remains favorable at 376,000, which is 51% higher than what we budgeted for. And our extracurricular activities such as schools out and any after school programs continue to exceed our expectations. On this expense side, operating expenses remained well controlled and below budget. The existing variances that we have on our report currently are consistent with prior years, and there's no significantly new variances popping up. So personnel costs were slightly above budget. That's due to the bonuses we paid out in December. Schools out remains unfavorable just due to the increased staffing we needed to offset the increased revenue we got from them. The learning center personnel costs were unfavorable just because we were doubling up on people. We have a new facility manager, and at this time we were keeping the old one on, so our personnel costs were still higher. On the positive side, the corporate operating expenses remain above budget. And program expenses also remained above budget. So we're doing very well. I'm sorry, below budget is what I'm trying to say. We're doing better than expected. Non-operating items, depreciation, amortization, and interest are all within line with our budget. We do have a loss on the books for fixed assets disposals. We do not budget for fixed asset disposals. And that's only amounted to $35,000. Our April performance, standalone month, was exceptionally well. We had revenue of $1.04 million. And our operating expenses total 826. Therefore, we had a positive monthly operating performance for the month. Overall, current financial trends remain stable, and our improved overall financial performance is going to continue through the end of the year. I did provide a year-to-date projection to you as of February, 2 months ago. It showed that we would be breaking even with our operation for the year. As of April, we're at a spend down of $406,000. We are continuing to decrease that spend down, and with all factors being consistent, this difference will disappear in June when we do our special education reimbursement, which we bill back to D300, and we are anticipating it's going to be around $525,000. So we should break even or have a little bit of income by the time we finish up the year. Overall, we're in excellent position from the financial position. Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions over the finance report?
Yeah, just real quick, in terms of like the last 3 to 5 years, has our goal always been to, I mean, I know we want to stay balanced. Do we ever, or have we been contributing to the fund balance, or how's the comps?
Yes.
Yes, we do. When we do our budget every year, we usually reserve between $500,000 to $800,000 for capital expenditures, so we
Okay.
can do replacement. And in the past, we were including it in the budget. This year, I'm going to be pulling it out. This would skews our budget numbers. And those things are going to be capitalized. They're not going to run through the income statement anyways. So,
So when you're looking at it, so we have two things that we have to hold back for, right? So we put money away for capital improvements, right? Which would typically be
Right.
for your fund balance. The other one is that we have to hold enough back for the debt covenant. So those are the only two things that we hold back. The rest of it, we try to push into the actual operations.
So when you say it skews the budget, like in what way?
right now, we usually show it as, when we're showing it in the budget, it's showing up as part of the operating expense.
Okay.
And then towards the end of the year, I start pulling it out because
Okay.
in some cases, the capital expenditures do not occur, and we actually have smaller expenses that get pushed through. Sort of our safeguard.
Yeah, so it skews it favorably.
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Because historically, we have always broken even or had just a little income, we've never had significant spend downs. We're very conservative when we handle our funds. Does that answer?
Yep.
Okay, perfect.
Absolutely.
Is there any other questions? No. Okay. I will now call up Mrs. Amy Girardi to go over the academic report for the end of the year.
Targeted enrollments in reading and in math. At the end of the year, this year, we're targeting end of the year with 90% of students at grade level. In first grade and ninth grade, we're pretty close to that need, which is the most ideal scenario. So I'm really proud of the work they did, pushing toward a solid foundation for our young. We should only see that continue to grow. He wasn't excited.
Yep.
As we can take the next year with our reading lecture, we're going to be shifting our curriculum to more authentic text-based instruction. A lot of the curriculum companies offer us sheltered readings and short readings, but we want real books in the hands of kids from kindergarten through 8th grade. So encouraging more authentic text, less computer-based text, more books in hand. So we're gonna be shifting a lot of our resources to making sure that we have adequate resources that are actual books for kids. We're going to continue building an experiential learning opportunity and focus on their study. Before we departed for the summer, I was working with our upper school teachers, and they are very excited to launch the year with a novel study of one book, one school for all of our school. So they went into the summer with lots of ideas during in their mind to put an authentic text in front of kids, build an experiential learning to launch the year. We rebuilt the effort to really provide more instructional minute reading and math, we'll talk about on the later slide. Next year, students will have 90 minutes for KLA, also an additional 90 minutes for communication and course. And then we're going to really focus on including our informational reading here towards science and social studies to ensure that we're giving them the text in those classes that they're focused on, making sure that the students are learning something. We'll continue all the things that we've been doing this year. We'll continue to share the data. I read a pathway student. We'll continue on with that class and continue our reading and elementary for 5. In math, the growth that we made this year with our so in math, more work to do. And the next time we are going to be transferring the success that we've seen with our small group structure, we focusing on assessing individually, providing them skill instruction in their areas of decision, not relying on guidance staff, but small groups at a table with the teacher who's skilled in providing them. We will also continue building in the experiential learning out, and our math is now just done in a workbook or promise reading, but that students are actively discussing and applying the math that they're learning, the skills that they're building. So we'll do that kind of, and that will be K8. We also have in the rebuilding of the upper school schedule have increased instructional math time from 45 minutes to 90 minutes. So students will be having math for a 90-minute block, and in that we should be able to provide this all group structure that can do in a lower school model. But now with 90 minutes to do math lessons, but also skill instruction, we should see a lot more growth in the area of math. We'll continue our aggregate first pathway. We'll continue meeting with PLC with data, and we'll continue implementing our interventions for our students.
Are there any questions for Mrs. Girardi?
Good to hear about the reading scores. So as we know, once they get out of first and second grade, it's just almost impossible to close the gap. So it's good to hear that we're having early success.
So tonight, in front of you, you have a copy of the draft of the annual report that will be sent out to all of our stakeholders. This is our second annual report that we have published. And Mrs. Arco has, I think, probably put together about 25 to 30 different drafts over the last several months, based on my whims of what I wanted, what would needed to go in there. So as you can see, it covers every aspect of our organization that we've worked on. There is an opening letter from me as the CEO, and then you go into the next page, and it talks about everything that we developed in our strategic plan. So what we believe, our mission, our values, our decision parameters, and our portrait of a learner. From there, it breaks down our focus areas that we decided on. And then on the following pages, you will see the year in perspective. And so it will take you through some of the things that we have done this year. It then introduces the learning framework of experiential learning, some of the research behind that to explain the differences between experiential learning and traditional learning. And then it continues on to go through our portrait of a learner, and then our research-based educational model to provide that background for all of our families and community members so that they fully understand where the model is coming from and how many years of research has been put into this. We highlight that we invested in our educators, not only just in our building, but in our operations, but we also invested in our personnel and seeing the things that we've added. And the last one is the investment in our campus. And then for full transparency, as we did last year, we provide our budget overview inside as well. So the last page, and we'll go over who we are. And that's where the mailer will pull and be sent out. So that will go through to all of our families that attend CLCS, all of the municipalities, any of the Chamber of Commerce. It'll go to each board member at District 300, Dr. Smith, and anyone else that I think is on that mailing list, which is several hundreds of mailers. Are there any questions or comments over the annual report?
Well done. Well done.
I really do want to give a lot of credit to Mrs. Arco and Ms. Heim because they did put a lot of time and energy in there. And Ms. Coulter had to listen to me in the office say, let's just add this one more time. How about this? Nah, I don't like that one. Go back to this one. So thank you very much. So the last thing for the CEO report is in front of you. And Kelly, I believe we emailed you this large document for your perusing when you have insomnia. And so inside here is all of the readings that we will be delving into over the next 3 days as we convene our leadership summit to get ready for the upcoming school year. So after this, the outcomes will be is that we will start to not only implement the strategic plan fully, but also build out the structures for our success. So it includes the first 2 days, which you'll see goes over specifically the academic models and delving into Kolb's experiential learning, Schlechty's student engagement, and really going through that actual research. We move on then and start to look further into play-based learning and then also project management. And our final 3rd day will deal specifically with operations, communication, and feedback. And so from there, the goal is to set us up in a little place where not only we can set up the systems and supports for our team to be successful, but also to make sure that when we are bringing our faculty and staff back in August, we have everything ready to go for them. As far as the professional development that we know that we're going to end up needing throughout the next year to 2 to 3 years to be able to build that out and scaffold it for them and give them the plan up front of what that will look like and how we're going to support that. Are there any questions over the leadership symposium? Okay. If there are no other questions, that is the end of the CEO report. Thank you.
I was diving in. I like these kinds of things.
Yeah, quick correction. These aren't something that you want to read at night because it will keep you up. It's more stimulating
Yes.
than putting you to sleep.
I agree, Director Miller. That is exactly for me.
This is why we're doing what we're doing.
I'm glad that you see it that way. Thank you.
Okay, we are now at item number 8, which are our consent items. 8.1, bill payments. 8.2, fixed asset disposal list. 8.3, minutes of May 18th, 2026, regular board meeting and closed session meeting minutes. I need a motion to approve the consent items as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Director Burke,
Yes.
Vice Chair Casaro,
Yes.
Director Miller,
Yes.
Director Fessler,
Yes.
Chair Maniscalco.
Yes,
Motion carries.
thank you. Item number 9, old business. 9.1, strategic planning goals. Mr. Razor.
Yes, and so this is our second reading of our strategic planning goals. And we look at I believe the only thing that has changed is focus area number 1, and that is goals number 1A and 1B, based off of the feedback from the previous board meeting. We moved the goals from 70% in ELA to 60% in ELA, and from 60% for math to 55%. And so those will be our overall goals, which comes out to about 3 to 4 points, percentage points annually for the next 5 years, depending on if it is reading or in math. All the rest of the goals remain the same. And so my recommendation is for the board to make a motion to approve the strategic planning goals from 2026 to 2031 as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Director Burke,
Yes.
Vice Chair Casaro,
Yes.
Director Miller,
Yes.
Director Fessler,
Yes.
Chair Maniscalco,
Yes.
motion carries.
Item number 10 is board discussion. Discussion.
Had actually nothing to say.
So a note of thanks to where we are at our annual meeting. We've discussed our CEO contract. We've discussed our strategic plan. We've discussed how we're going to move forward into the next school year with our with reading actual books and diving into experiential learning, and with our leadership forum. Can't wait to read this. All in one meeting that was also recognizing our staff, our volunteers. So a note of gratitude for everything that we've achieved and at our annual meeting. Thank you. Thank you. Item number 13 would be a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Director Burke,
Yes.
Vice Chair Casaro,
Yes.
Director Miller,
Yes.
Director Fessler,
Yes.
Chair Maniscalco,
Yes.
motion carries.
Thank you.
Supposed to come to attend the meeting and it's like a half hour long, really.
Very spotty now. So